price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? When there's blood in the
Hi guys, and welcome back to my photography account. I know I didn't post it for a long time, but now I'm gonna try post it at least every single week. Today I'm going to explain a few of you which voted and which are following my account. Why did I ask you which number would you rather from 1 to 60? Basically is because of this. This is my book, my notebook, in which I have 60 ideas how to take creative photos. Because I couldn't choose which one should I do it first, I decided I'm gonna do it basically a voting, which you can vote on my 2 photography accounts, which you're gonna have here. On those 2 accounts I'm gonna try post voting every single week, which you can vote, you can choose any number. Then if you're gonna choose more than one number, we're gonna choose from those 2 numbers one of my favorites. I'm gonna make a calendar basically, which I'm gonna cross all the numbers that you just voted for, that you don't have to choose them again. Most of you chose number 3, which was kind of impressive, like, because it was really hard project. This one was probably one of the hardest one, but today I'm gonna explain you how I'm gonna take that. Basically I'm gonna show you how I'm setting up my camera to show you how you can take photos by yourself by using camera, and that's all. Literally, you don't have to use your phone. I'm gonna show you as well how to set up your lighting. Most of you don't know how to set up your lighting, and that's completely fine, and you've got professional lightings, not basic one or something. That's completely fine. I'm gonna show you how to do that, because not everyone does know the tricky thing, which is kind of easy. Like, most of you will say, oh yeah, setting out lights is really hard. No, it's actually not. It's really easy. I'm gonna explain you as well the meanings of the photos and how can you make the meanings of the photos. It's really easy. Let's get it started. First thing that you have to have there is you have to have your plan. I've planned it. I know my plan is not perfect as, you know, artistic one, but that's completely fine. You can make it like that. It's not really big deal. It's just you have to understand it, not someone else you're planning. So my idea was to make a jacket with the paper stuck on it, and because my friend told me that lockdown is the main topic right now, and it's actually like, did any one of you realize that? Probably yes, you did. That when you're gonna go see magazines or something, you usually have like coronavirus, virus, everything, and you're just thinking like, okay, is that the main topic? It's actually right now, but I know why. Okay, I know, so don't worry about that. But I just did want to show you my project. It's not perfect jacket. I know that it's not. But my jacket is basically saying lockdown, coronavirus, I'm saving everything, coronavirus, and everything like that. It doesn't look perfect, it looks not amazing, as most of the stuff that you will probably make it at college or somewhere, but at least it's something. My background is really easy. The best thing to use it is basically just the newsletters, paint, and basically make it looking like that. And then the best thing to use is a white background, which you can see I used here. The only reason why you have to use you don't have to, but it's best to use white background, is because it's easier to see the papers. Black background will be making the paper a bit darker if it's really thin paper. This one is kind of thin, so I have to use a white one. The other reason that to use white background is because of the shadows and everything. It's not really have been seen that much. Of course, the black one is basically you can't see any shadows, anything like that much, but the white one is covering the paper. If you didn't paint it, if you didn't do it, if you didn't, I don't know, do anything with the paper, basically it doesn't really show that you get darker. So it doesn't show any lines, it doesn't show any black lines, it doesn't show anything. Of course you can put black like background if you like it, that's not a problem. It's just up to you. I rather to use white paper, and like white background usually is just turning nicely, and that's how you can do it. Other thing I'm gonna show you is how to set up the lighting. Of course, set up the lighting is, for most of the people, it's really hard to do it. I know that, don't worry, I know it. I was learning by myself how to do it, and now I'm gonna actually show you my technique. First, what you have to do, you have to set up the lighting. So basically, you have to just, like I did it, just put on the tripod, and that's all. Don't hold it ever here, or don't hold it here. Just because lightings are really not really that strong, hold it on the tripod, and that's the only reason why. I have 3 of them. I'm gonna use 2 today just because I wanna have a bit shadows, I wanna have a bit, darker, I wanna have like a bit, inspirational and a bit meanings on the photos. So about the lighting, when you're gonna turn on the light, you have to check before you're gonna use them, just because this is really important to not destroy your lightings, to not burn your house, which is really important. So yeah, you just have to do that, and that's all that you have to do it. So now let me show you how to actually do the lighting. All that you have to do for the beginning is turn off your lighting, which is the main light, and use this one, basically. The best light is the white light, just because of that is not giving any other colors except the white one, which is really good because you don't have to worry that you're gonna see yellow face or a bit darker or anything. Redheads are really good as well to use it, just because of the color and of the strongness of the light. It's really cool to use it. So I'm gonna use this one for now. Basically, it's a white light, basically, which is 220 volts. It's not that much comparing other lights, but because for that not really huge room, it's really good to use those ones, just because they are not really that strong to do it. What you have to do first, you have to as well put the cover on the light, just because the light is kind of strong for your eyes and you can burn it, or you can have really head pain or anything like that. I don't know how you reacted for it after the lighting. So you have to put basically a cover on your light. So what you have to do, so now what you have to do, you have to basically put your light basically set up into your background. That's for now. And now what you are going to do you're gonna think if you want to have light cross or you want to have light straight. Light cross is gonna be one here, another one is gonna be on the other side. Basically, they're gonna show the cross. How can you know that light is perfectly set up? When you're gonna put your hand up of the light, you can see straight away where the light is gonna get shine, which is going to look basically like this. You have a hand, you're putting it over here, and then you can see that the lighting is gonna be between this down line. And that's it. You can see that it's going to be here around this area. You basically can see it through your hand. And you can see that it's going a bit down and a bit up, so it's basically showing a half of the background. It's not going to show all of it, it's just show the half of it. So it means that you're going to have a shadow more from the downstairs than for actually the upstairs. So you can do actually one which is down and another one which is going to be a bit up. Those lightings are cover lightings, which are literally not going to do anything to you that much as normal lighting. Before you're gonna use each lighting, remember that you have to turn off first, set up the lighting and put your hand up. I know it's hard, but if you're gonna turn off, you're gonna see kind of your lighting, which is going to show it. These ones are really covered, so it doesn't really have to come. And this beginning, which I'm putting my hands on, is basically not really into lighting, and this lighting is not really that hot, so you don't have to worry. But if you have really bad lighting, like flash lighting or anything, you have to remember that you have to first turn off, put your hand, see where the lighting is going, and then set up the lighting. And you can even put just like straight away, you can see how it's going. I basically use that. I know how is it working, I know it does working, and I know that it's fine, but I'm checking always before I'm gonna start it, just because I don't want to burn my house, and that's the only reason, to be honest. But that's what we're gonna do. Basically, you have to turn off all your lighting, make your room the darkest one that you ever did, just because different lightings is creating different shadows, different colors, which is affecting on your photos. It's really hard because if I'm gonna put my light on this, you know, the high one, it's gonna be yellow, and yellow mixed with white, it doesn't look amazing, that good as you want to. You can always use your lamp, which you can always use your lamp, which is going to be fine as well. Use paper, cooking paper, put on the light basically by rubbing around it, and it's going to be perfect, and it's going to show a perfect effect, the similar, which is that lighting, maybe a bit lighter than this one, but that's perfectly fine. It's up to you, you know, you just have to, don't worry about it. If you want to put some light, some different colors on it, that's completely fine. There is a special paper as well, or you can use the tissue paper or any color that I can give you. Those papers are really expensive, they are not really cheap, and I have few colors in them. I'm gonna use this one, I'm gonna use probably orange and blue, just because it's gonna mix nicely. You're just getting clipped them by, basically, you can do it by anything. You can do a paper clip or anything is going to be best however you want it. That doesn't really matter. It's up to you what you want to use and how you want to use it. Next thing to use it is tripod. I'm gonna get into the point that we're gonna see lights and everything. Tripod is really useful now because you can take photos of yourself and you can do anything. If you don't have a tripod, don't worry, you can use really high places, like really high shelves, that is gonna show you still, or you can put anything like on chairs and then books, just that it wouldn't fall out with your phone camera or anything that you want to use it. So I'm gonna show you on the camera how I'm actually doing photos of myself, just because some people actually might not know how you can do it. So now I'm gonna show you how to basically see if you have stable tripod. You see that dot, each basically stable have basically the same dot, which is over here. This dot has to go on the front, have to, because it's going to make your tripod your camera going a bit stable more. So what you're doing is just basically putting it on the camera and then you're just getting stuck. When you've done that, just turn on your camera, check if everything is in, check if your battery is in as well, and check if everything is perfect. And if you have SD card, because you can forget about it. What you're doing next is just putting it, basically your camera on the tripod slowly, just to make sure that you're not gonna break it. Then you're just turning around in any position that is good for you, and you can see your background as well. And as you can see over here, you basically can see, but you have to get a bit more set it up, so it has to be more straight, this camera, so you have to a bit move it, a bit, you know, just see how it is going to be perfect for you to use it. So this is how it's basically look like. We're gonna set up everything, so you have to have your camera straight. As you can see, I'm trying to get my camera straight. Then you can zoom in a bit, you know, how you wanna do it or anything. If you think your camera doesn't fit, remember that you have here, you can just basically turn a bit less and then turn your camera like that. And then you're getting stuck. And you basically have bigger shot. And you can go a bit up. Maybe not that much, and you can see that is basically set it up. That's literally set it up. That's all you have to do. You basically have a shadow in your camera that you can see over here. It's just showing. It's showing you how to basically, you can take photos, and it's gonna show your positions, how you're standing on the front of the camera. That's all that you have to do. Of course, you have to do as well, you know, 10 seconds and everything, but that's really easy to do it. It's not really that hard. Each camera has somewhat differently, so you just have to find it by yourself where actually is it. My camera have it when you're gonna get in settings, then you have a 10 seconds secure and everything, so you're just getting set up everything, and that's all. That's literally all that you have to do it. You don't need any special apps, you don't need anything special. That's how you can do it, basically your photography, and that's all that you have to do it. How I made the blood, basically a blood is made it's really easy. You're just setting up your really light red with black, and you just see how the basically color of the blood is getting. You will see, because come on, probably everyone just had themselves by accident, sometimes in the kitchen or somewhere. and you stop the blood, so you know how kind of it look like. I'm usually making it a bit darker just because it's gonna get lighter when it's gonna dry, and that's all. That's completely all that you have to do it. Last thing, the meaning. The meaning is really easy. You have to think about it. How? Just that's literally all. That's all that you have to think about it. Meaning is the most easiest thing they can make there. Just because meaning is really coming out of you. It doesn't coming out from internet, it doesn't coming out from any other apps, it's coming from you. So I'm getting ready into my clothes. So I'm going out now to take photos, but I'm gonna post some more stuff. If you wanna vote, go and vote on those 2 apps. That's all that you have to do it, and be happy from taking photos. All you have to do is just go and follow, and I will answer for each one of your questions, and I will answer for your comments as well, which will be really lovely to leave or say to me on those 2 accounts. So I'm leaving you guys for now, and this is how the photos turn. So good luck and have a lovely day. Bye.
Thank you.